Hi, I'm Stephanie Straw with Board Game Geek, and I'm with Adam West.
That's right.
The Adam West with Crosscut, and we will be talking about Deadline.
Yeah, so Deadline is a cooperative murder mystery game for 2 to 4 players.
Okay.
It takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play.
I like it.
So in this case, it's not a deduction game, it's actually with real cases. So I don't know if you heard of
real cases.
Real in quotes, you know, actual
these real cold cases.
Inspired by. No, it's like Consulting Detective. If you've played this before, so there's actually a mystery to solve.
Yes.
This game, but this is sort of compressed into a card game form. So you're working together as a group of detectives to follow up on clues, and these clues are text on the back of the cards. Okay. So as you discover these through play. Some of the clues will give you additional clues to follow up on. Those will come out and you'll have a chance to go after those.
So you'll pull those out from the deck whenever you see those?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we think that's really pretty cool. There'll be a number of cases that come with the game. We haven't settled on the exact number yet, but 10 to 15 probably, something like that. And it's all in card game form. And so each of you are individual detectives in the game. After you read the introduction to the case, it'll tell you which clues to start the game with.
Okay.
And as a collective group, you can decide which ones to go after. Now, each person's going to play an individual detective. And
So these are
detective cards. There's 8 of them in the game right now. And
that
they all
looks
have
like Gloria Graham on the cover.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's her. Yeah. This one is especially fun. It's Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh,
Tracer's
yeah.
shot there. See Hobbes, Durkins and Hobbes. See, you guys know that. So pretty fun, and they all have unique powers. You can use these powers one time during the game, anytime, and it's really important when you decide to use it. So you've got your own detective power, and then you're going to get a hand of cards. Everybody gets a hand of cards to play.
Okay.
Let's take these out of the way here. I'll show you some of these cards here. There's some examples of those, kind of what they look like. Okay.
Those are cool. I like the black and white.
Yeah, these are shots from New York City in 1930s.
Awesome.
So this whole game is themed around a film noir kind of flavor to it. And the cases are like that as well. So they're all that period type of case. So you'll have a hand of cards.
So these are in our hand.
Yeah, these are in your hand. So only you would see them and everybody would have their own hand of cards.
You don't share that information?
You don't actually declare what cards you have, but you can talk about anything else. So the case is really important to talk about because you're going to want to decide, do we believe Gloria Rains? Should we follow up and see what she's talking about?
Should we go to the morgue?
Should we go to the morgue? The body's probably there. It'd be good to look at that. There's this is the victim's apartment. Let's go look and see if the police missed something. It's that kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
So how do you get to these clues? You see they have these symbols on here.
Yeah, and they match these.
And they match these here, right? So when you start your turn, whoever decides which clue to go after as a group, you would start with, let's say, this card, for example, and now you have a hat and shot glass towards this clue. So you're lacking a hat still to be able to take that clue and read it. And what the next person has to do is play a card that matches that card or overlaps the symbols on that card. Okay? So like, I don't have one here, but if I did, I'll get one out here real quick. Like this card would attach to the shot glass, right? You could just overlay it like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's how that works. And you're going to continue to go around the table chaining cards together until you get the symbols you need.
So you might then do this?
You could do that, right? And at this point, we got it because we got
I did it. I win.
Right. Super easy, right? No problem. Now, you'll notice there's blanks here. A blank matches anything. So you could, for example, play this card. That's a legal play because the gun fits over the blank, and that's fine. Okay?
Yeah.
And conversely, you could play it like this. All right, but then you're losing the gun when you make that play. That makes sense?
I guess you might do that if you absolutely needed to get the shot glass in there, but you'd be sacrificing a symbol.
We hope you're talking at the table saying, if you got a shot glass, I can help. That kind of conversation could go on in a cooperative mode.
So we'll play one of these cards on our turn?
Right, you play a card on your turn, you go around the table until you successfully get the symbols you need.
Okay.
Or you have to start dropping out if you can't play legally. Okay? So if you drop out, you'll have some of these cards in your hand, off and on. These are called plot twists. So when you drop out, you have to play that to the table. And it'll be in front of you, actually, not over those cards. And it'll hamper the investigation. Like this one says, you can no longer play cards with the shot glass.
With any shot glasses?
Correct. So this card was in your hand, you could no longer play that if this plot twist was in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that hampers play.
Yeah.
Also, as you go through the game, the clues get harder. There's more symbols
Oh, wow,
on them.
yeah. That one has a bunch.
Yeah, sometimes
There's
you'll
one of
have, like double symbols. It's much harder to get those to the table.
Yeah.
So as you go further into the case, the clues get more challenging. And of course, these are coming out. Now you might ask, what are these guys for?
What are these
what are those guys for?
matchboxes?
Matchbooks for, right? So you want to get rid of these plot twists during play, because if they build up, you're going to be having a really hard time getting your clues. Okay? How do you get rid of these guys? You notice some cards here have a matchbook on them.
Yeah.
If you play that to the table, for example, you can play that legally right there, right? Covers up the matchbook. And then you flip this over and it becomes a hot tip in the game.
Ooh, hot
little
tip.
match, right? That's right, hot tip. This is all preliminary artwork over here. This is final. Some of this stuff's final. This is not final yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a collective resource for the group to use. As you flip over more, when you get to 3, you can flip them all back to get rid of any one plot twist on the table. If you get to 4, you can flip over 2 plot twists on the table. So it's better, right?
So you might want to wait because you get to get rid of 2 for less.
But you might have one that's really hurting you.
Really
You've got to do it.
Yeah. That's
the other thing you can do with these things are, at the start of a clue, when you all get your cards, we can agree to spend 2 to discard a hand and drop a new hand, in case your cards get really bad.
Spend 2 of these
Yeah.
flipped over.
You flip them back over, you've used them. Okay, so that's also a discussion.
To discard one hand and redraw.
Yeah, and that might get you out of a pickle.
Yeah.
Okay. Bullets. Yeah, let's talk about these are also preliminary artwork. Okay, over that. It may come a time when everybody around the table has to drop out and you failed getting the clue. That could happen. If that happens, you take a bullet.
You get shot?
You get shot. Well, it just indicates something bad happened.
That escalated quickly.
That's right. That's right. And you can acquire these through the game. If you get more than 3, they start to become minus points later during the game. Okay.
It's if you get more than 3.
If you get more than 3, they start to flip over.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to continue to play this way until you get through the deck of cards twice as a group.
Okay.
Or you get all the clues.
Okay.
Or you suffer a number of hits where you got to stop playing. Okay? That's kind of how that part works. At the end of the game, there'll be a series of questions for you to answer. 7 questions, like who did it, where were they, different things. Some of them will be deductions you have to make. Like the cards won't explicitly say, but like, where was the killer when he shot? You'll have to figure out through discussions and looking at all the clues.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Maybe they made hints to it being in a kitchen somehow or something, and you might go, he was in the kitchen.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have to kind of infer what's going on. And so as a group, you'll come up with your best answers that you can come up with. And then the questions have points that score your total success with the case, up to 100. So these kind of hurt you, but just let you know you can do as well.
But if you're going to win the case,
you can
it might
still
be
win
worth
the
it.
case.
What about this?
This is a first player marker right now.
Okay.
It's only
I like
a
it.
stand-in right now.
I like
so
it.
that's what that's for. It's a detective badge. So that might be plastic. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but that's.
So you said there might be about 15 or so scenarios.
We're still
in the
working
original?
on the total number, and we've been play testing for a while. We're going to continue to play test throughout this year. Probably, I want to get to 150 to 200 play tests with it.
Yeah.
These cases have to be dialed in just right, so they're not too hard, but not too easy. And that's taking time to work through, but it's going to be really cool.
It's good that you're taking the time to develop the game properly,
We're taking the time.
though.
That's right.
So if people want to learn more about this game, or if they are interested in this game, is there anywhere that they can go on the internet to find out about it?
I can only think of one place. What could it be? I really don't even know. It could be anywhere.
Board Game
Geek, yeah. And I'm out there all the time, so I'd be happy to answer.
So you're answering questions?
Answering questions or any comments about it, yeah. So this might go to Kickstarter, but we've got a little publisher interest too, so we might just publish it regularly, which we've done before.
Regularly, yeah.
Yeah, regularly. I don't know what regular is anymore.
The OG way,
yeah. Yeah, the OG way, yeah.
Awesome, so we might see this on Kickstarter or
Maybe.
friendly local game stores in the next year or
Yeah,
so?
I'd say, yeah. Just a little early on, but I think it's really fun.
Yeah,
so that's Deadline.
That is Deadline.
Yep.